Hi everybody, 14th of Feb, another day in my daily diaries of I'm now coping with the loss of my wife due to Parkinson's. Now, I'm not going to say Happy Valentine's Day, and I'm glad it's nearly over. I've kept myself busy all day and kept a positive head on, like I said I was going to do. Most of the day. I had a slight wobble, I don't know, about 3 o'clock, something like that. I just got a little bit teary. I was putting one of the single beds together, just thinking again, Angie would be asking if I wanted a brew and should we get a takeaway order for tonight, would it be in Valentine's night? And that's what she'd have been saying, because we didn't do the whole commercialised thing. We did in our sort of earlier days, but not for years. We'd just celebrate it now. We'd get a card, or we'd get each other a card and just celebrate it in our own way. I haven't got a card this year. I went to get one the other day, but I didn't want to. I couldn't bring myself round to it. It's like I didn't want to just put one card up. I'd sooner not do it. If, like Christmas, I'll get one at Christmas because I have that one that she bought last year and never filled in. I can put that up from her, but not a Valentine's Day card. So I didn't get a card. I got the flowers for her, as you know, which are in the vase. They're not quite opened yet, so I'll wait to show you them when they've opened properly. But yeah, I just got, about 3 o'clock-ish and just got a bit teary. I've had this on all day. I've got my scruffs on, as you can tell with this t-shirt, but I don't normally wear this when I've got my scruffs on, or even during the day, when I'm in the house, but I've had it on all day today, so that's probably helped me a bit and all. Anyway, I managed to get my head back on track. Only about 15 minutes where I got a bit down and got my head back on track, got my positive head back on and carried on with the jobs I said I was going to do, but I started to run out of steam a bit, later on, so just after that. So I've still got the second single bed to put together tomorrow, and the doors need putting on. But I've done well today. I've done well, considering it's Valentine's Day as well, so. But that's what I said I was going to do last night. Hit it head on. At the end of the day, it is just another day. Don't have to be sad day, but at least another first I've got through anyway. Well, I've still got to get through tonight yet, so but I'm going to keep positive tonight. I'll even tell Mr. Daniels not to start bringing stuff into my head after I've been chatting with him for a while, because he'll try. I know he will. So I might order myself a takeaway and get it delivered. I might do. Instead of cooking. Anyway, I did sleep okay last night, but it's weird though last night because I was waking at dead on 4. I woke up, looked at the clock, and it was exactly 4 o'clock. Nodded back off, and I woke up exactly 5 o'clock. And then again at exactly 6 o'clock. So that was a weird one. Just awake like I look at the clock. It's exactly 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock. That was weird. Anyway, so I got up at 7:45 and had the car at the garage for 9:15. He did a few checks on it. And told me to just keep an eye on it for a couple of days and give him a ring midweek. So fingers crossed it's nothing too costly, so anyway, so yeah. And I was thinking and all this today while I was getting back to Mr. M's helpline. Have you got a blue badge for parking, and do you have a radar key for the disabled toilets? I mean, you all know the blue badges, the people with Parkinson's are eligible for one, and they really are good. They really are good. I mean, if I mean, even around here in Cleveland, you get an hour's parking on the streets with no return within an hour, like most places. But with a blue badge, you get 3 hours. You know, so if you've not got one, get putting in for one. You know, you get it online. And the radar key, that opens all the disabled toilets all over the country. You know, even in supermarkets or, you know, wherever there's a, you know, outside toilets, public toilets, and they're $5. Go on, I checked it up and all this, Disability Rights UK, costs you $5. Don't go for buying one of these that are starting to pop up everywhere now and other places. Disability Rights UK are genuine ones, and the others aren't genuine enough, and I disagree with it, to be honest. I disagree with it because it's going to mean that non-disabled people are now going to start being able to use the disabled toilets because they've got their own key, which from past experience means they're going to end up a mess like normal public toilets, especially men's. And it's not on. It's not on. So don't buy one of them. For one, I believe they don't open all the doors anyway. You know, they can be a bit faulty. So, but for $5, just go through Disability Rights UK. I know. I'm just thinking about when there's a disabled toilets at the side of the cafe that I used to go in on a Monday. Well, me and Angie used to go up there anyway, but there's a disabled toilets and then 3 toilets at the side. You pay to go in. But because the cafe is attached to it all, they don't have their own toilet. So, but they have a radar key, and they allow customers to use it, give the key, and go and use the disabled toilet next door. And some days it's horrendous. And what they don't think of is, like Angie, I have to wheel her in, and then sometimes it's like, well, if the floor's wet, the seats are wet. You know what they're like, public toilets. Whereas when you go to a disabled toilet that only disabled people are using, 99.9 times out of 100, they're clean. People respect. You know what I mean? Sometimes people go in on their own. You know, they have to change themselves, which means then they've got to take the clothes off if the floor's all wet and messy. So I don't want them to do too much detail, but I disagree with these other radar keys being sold elsewhere. Right, so you can say my mind's just been like that all day. I've not allowed it to stop, which has been a good thing. You know, so I think that's going to be my armour, I think, to fight off and get through days. Just to preempt the day before I'm going to have a positive day and you know, so yeah, right, so I'm going to go and get my shower while I decide what I'm having for tea, but I think I'll get a takeaway. I might order an Indian. Get an Indian takeaway, I think. Yeah. So again, thanks for all your messages of support, your concerns, and thanks for listening. And thanks for forwarding these videos on. A lot of people are coming on saying I've not watched, you know, before. So yeah, let's get them out there and let people know that this is normal, and everybody's grief is different. The way I'm handling this, somebody else might think, oh, he's not grieving, or oh, how can you be so matter of fact? You know, and some other people are just like blubbering wrecks day after day. But you've got to do what you've got to do, because it is what it is. You can't change it. Right, before I go on a lecture, I'm gonna get off. So like I said, thanks for your comments. Press your like buttons for me. Follow me buttons and follow these videos on. I will do another one tomorrow. So as per usual, you take care now. Bye.